Hello, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We're Untitled Network, about 4 days late, but better late than never. Episode 5 of Loki. This is actually called Journey into Mystery, which I was telling you before the stream, or before we actually watched
Watched
it.
it, yeah.
Journey into Mystery was, of course, the Thor title. Journey into Mystery was around for a little while, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then, like, Thor, they introduced Thor later in the series. And then it was still Journey into Mystery for a little while. I used to know the numbers and everything. But then they actually changed the series to Thor.
Yeah.
And, because, used to, like, they would have, like, Marvel Team Up or, Marvel 2 in 1. And it was
Yeah.
always, like, featuring The Thing and, Beast
Whoever,
or
yeah.
something like that. Well, Journey into Mystery was like Journey into Mystery featuring Thor, and it just was featuring Thor for like 200 consecutive issues, and then they were like, you know what, let's just rename it Thor.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah, that's how
They
that
found
happened.
a character they liked to write for and shit is what it was. And they were like, you know what? He needs
Yeah,
his own comic.
yeah, kinda. I mean, it was his
Yeah.
comic for a while before they did it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's basically what happened. And that's kind of the dumbed down version. But it's been a long time since I've done any reading about that. But yeah, super, like, it was kind of neat that they did that. I love those little nods.
Mm-hmm.
So Loki, picking up where we left off last episode, Loki is in this place with other Lokis, and you've got Kid Loki, Old Loki, Alligator Loki.
There was another Loki, but they got rid of him.
Yeah, he was like the traitor that betrayed
Yeah.
everybody, and he ended up really kind of paying the price for that.
Yeah.
It's like it's time to pay the price. Um, so yeah, that happened, but then you ended up having what hell they really hyped it up. Cause see, during the trailers when they were advertising this show, they showed Loki with like a campaign button and the suit and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and they were like President Loki, and it was like, oh my god, how is Loki gonna end up? That was before everybody knew about the variants and all,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we were like,
And
how
it
the
turned out it was what? A little cameo.
yeah, it was like another Loki, but he seemed to be running things there. It wouldn't surprise me if he like popped up again next episode just to kind of cause a headache or something.
Right. He
Um,
did. He seemed like he was running things, and Lokis that the Loki we've been following ran into were kind of like outcasts.
yeah,
Is what the vibe I got anyway.
yeah, they were the. I don't know. There was about a 20-minute span of this show where I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I know it was. This was a wild ride.
It was
Man.
fun though. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't know whether to like just be intrigued or to laugh or. I mean, this. You had a roller coaster, a wide spectrum of very strong emotions in this episode, and it was.
Yeah.
We now the lingering threat was what was his name? Uh, uh,
Started with an A.
yeah.
Basically, this devil dog cloud is what it
It's
was.
like you can't make this shit up. Like
No,
I'm just.
not even pretending.
It was like,
It's what the Lokis are running from.
yeah, everybody's running from it. So what it ends up being explained as they get this is like the void,
Yes.
which is like kind of the gate to the end of time. Like
Yeah.
this is like on the timeline, this is all the way just short of the end of time.
Yeah.
And it's constantly being written. Well, there is the giant dog, the cloud dog that is devouring all this matter and people and all this other stuff is basically the guardian, like the guard dog, so to speak. And they end up the goal for everybody at this point, they kind of figure it out after a while, is to enchant this dog and then figure out a way to get to the end of time, because whoever is really running the show is at the end of time. And they, Sylvie and Loki, find this place. They finally, Loki is able to enchant now, because I guess it makes sense. Like, if another version of you can do it, you should be able to as well.
Right.
It might take some practice or whatever, but
Yeah.
she really put her faith in him in a life or death moment, and I'm just like, whew, I don't know if I would have done that.
She had faith. She had faith in him.
Yeah.
But, then the classic Loki was
He was the distraction. That's
after the Loki we've been following. That's after, I started to say regular Loki, but whatever. But anyway.
Smart Loki.
Smart Loki. Well, they called the other one classic Loki off.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was originally going to be the distraction, and that didn't work. But then classic Loki, boy, he had some powers.
He recreated a projection of Asgard.
Yes.
Like, full, down to the detail.
It was amazing.
The dog pops in trying to devour it and gets all pissed off because they're all fake buildings.
It's all fake. He eats it. It's like clouds. He's like, what the fuck? It was the equivalent of a dog trying to eat bubbles.
Yeah, that's exactly what was going on. And, so yeah, the giant dog devoured him. And, like, holy crap. Like, they end up finding, it looks almost like a castle or something like that. It looks
like a spooky place.
Yeah.
It looks like, yeah.
At the end of time. So, we also got to see Mobius. He's pretty cool.
Okay, but why is Mobius there? Why?
Because they,
Is that where everybody goes?
Yeah.
When they're... Okay, so he just happened to survive and be the only Loki to survive.
Or the only non-Loki.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, yeah, everybody survives at some point. For a little bit. I guess he's just
been there a little bit. I don't know. That's the only problem I had in this whole episode.
Okay, here's the thing.
Was him.
His knowledge of the TVA, he knew something was up when he got there. Okay, so he's used to time travel. I'm assuming that a big reason why that dog kills so many people is because they're from just regular parts in time, like the people on that ill-fated ship. You're on a ship, and then just suddenly it appears in an apocalyptic landscape. They had to take a minute to be like, what the fuck is going on? And then that gives the dog the opportunity. Mobius, he appeared there, and I'm sure he's like, oh shit, okay, we got to get a plan. And he just went right to it.
That's true.
The difference there, and he found a car. It was a difference.
Now that you've explained it makes more sense.
It was basically a big difference.
Because he's already a variant.
Yeah.
Because we know that variants work for the TVA. He knew the ropes kind of.
Yeah,
already.
He was able to think on his feet a little bit better than somebody who was just thrust into a crazy situation.
That makes sense. Because even like the soldiers still wouldn't have known exactly what to do when they've been pruned. He's higher up than them. And that makes sense.
And you never know. They only covered a small area. Hell, there could be little... I mean, you had a President Loki with a band of raiders. There's no telling who else is in that area.
That is fair enough.
Oh, there could be like a whole civilization there hidden underground or something. Like, nobody knows.
It's true.
Because
we did see all kinds of stuff buried in the ground, didn't we?
Yeah, you saw Thor's hammer. There was actually I heard that talked about Frog Thor.
Yeah.
And he was like in a jar. It looked like they just had him buried.
Yeah,
I was like,
weird.
okay, that's kind of weird. But, yeah, all kinds of stuff. There's no telling what's underground in that place. Just all kinds of craziness. But, meanwhile, before we end the review, I do want to kind of cover what's going on at the TVA. Because Sylvie got there because she pruned herself just to
Yeah.
know what was going on. You've got the judge there who is. I don't know what to think about this woman. I really don't.
I don't either.
Because she really seemed like she was going to help Sylvie
And then
do her
didn't.
thing, and then she ended up betraying her. But at the same time, she wants to know what's going on.
Right.
Now,
did she really betray her, or was that an act?
I don't know.
Because it kind of came off to me as like it was. She's putting on a show.
Maybe they had a plan, kind of like in Black Widow. Remember
Oh yeah.
that whole thing?
Ridiculous
I'm not. No,
choices.
we don't need to talk about it because
Oh, yeah.
there may be some people who have watched Loki but might not watch Black Widow
But
until
our Black Widow review's already up.
True. But
So
I
I'm
don't.
not
I
really
don't.
worried about
I mean, I'll spoil Black Widow in a Black Widow review, but I don't want to spoil Black Widow during a Loki review, a completely unrelated review. You know.
I guess. It's a big spoiler sign up there.
Yeah, it is.
If they,
For Loki, we got a big Loki logo. The Loki logo. Just let's not spoil Black Widow. It's opening weekend. You know.
Whatever. You're the one still talking about it.
Speaking of, Black Widow did very well at the box office this weekend.
Congratulations.
Something like $180 some odd and over 60 million plus on Disney. You know, the $30 Premier Access, which we did. So
Can we finish this?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
How
So
do you rate this?
oh, this is a hands down 11 episode on
really?
on the strength of a bunch of Lokis, post-apocalyptic
I'm
landscape,
a bunch of Lokis. It just sounds funny.
the Polybius arcade machine Easter egg, just all kinds of stuff. I love hearing about alternate realities and stuff. And we're getting ready to go in the MCU into Lonnie territory. Some of my favorite stories are time travel and multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait to get further into this stuff.
Okay.
So this episode was really strong in everything that I love about comic books.
Well, that's good.
So there was no way this was not getting an 11. Like, it's not even close to a 10. It's like it's bumping the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I give it a 10. It was good, but it wasn't an 11 for me.
Oh wow. Wow.
It was good. Furthered the plot.
This is
No, that whole Mobius thing really did throw me off. Even after you explaining it, it still threw me off.
okay.
It was just kind of like he was stuck there
Yeah.
for purposes and shit. He looked real out of place. He looked real out of place after seeing all them Lokis and shit. Even showing like that whole ship of men coming through and being devoured, he still felt out of place.
Yeah.
So.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a perfect.
But it was
episode
still
for me.
10 though.
Yeah.
Hell. It's not a bad score.
Yeah, I know we don't quite have the energy level that we normally do because typically we do these like during the afternoon,
It's
usually on a
like
Saturday.
3
This is
a.m. almost.
this is like Sunday night at 3 a.m. and I'm just like, ah. But it's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it so late now. Normally we do it like on either Wednesday night or like during the weekend, and we've just had so much stuff going on that it's been hard to keep up with everything. We still got to do some Rick and Morty and stuff like that. So.
All right, let's wrap it.
But anyway, we'll see y'all next time. I don't even know what we're doing next. Probably last week's Rick and Morty, as this week's has just aired. So we'll be back for a couple of Rick and Morty reviews up next over the course of the day, and maybe a stream here and there. But anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We are Untitled Nerd Network. This is the episode 5 of Loki. One more to go. Next time, this coming Wednesday, is the finale, and I'm very much looking forward to it. We'll see y'all next time.